Can a short-term contract be the ultimate leverage for a generational superstar? Or is this simply a case of a player sacrificing future security for an immediate, irresistible taste of guaranteed glory? We are watching a potential future Hall of Famer deliberately pivot from the traditional path, opting out of immediate long-term wealth to chase the most impossible prize in baseball, a three-peat World Series championship, with the game's most efficient and perhaps most villainous machine.
Is this the death of the mega deal as we know it, or just Kyle Tucker betting on himself in the most calculated, high-stakes negotiation of the modern era? Welcome to 615 Aldea Baseball, where we track the seismic shifts in Major League Baseball's contract landscape and dissect the moves that redefine player agency and the pursuit of dynasty.
The current free agent market is bone dry, a stagnant pond lacking the splash of an Ohtani or a Soto, and the shadows cast by the impending salary cap changes next year loom large. This is the stage upon which Kyle Tucker's drama is playing out. As analyst Robbie Howd recently detailed, the long-term, high-value contracts that Tucker rightfully expected have simply not materialized. The offers from teams like the fictitious Blues, though aggressive, reportedly fell short of the caliber he commanded. The market isn't materializing how Tucker envisioned it, Howd claimed. The long-term fears, the inevitable regression past 30, the lingering doubt over that shoulder strain 2 years ago, those risks are pricing him out of the true 9-figure, decade-long commitment right now. He needs a strategic reset. This reality is the Trojan horse that carries Tucker straight to the Los Angeles Dodgers. The proposal is audacious, simple, and utterly brilliant for both sides. A short-term, high AAV deal, 2, maybe 3 years max, designed not just for performance, but for purification. The core conflict here is the age curve versus legacy building. Tucker is currently 28, arguably still in his prime, but the historical data tells us that the greatest drop-offs in power and defensive value tend to occur between ages 30 and 32. By accepting a short deal now, Tucker effectively mitigates 2 massive risks. First, the catastrophic financial hit of a major injury while under the microscope, and second, the institutional hesitation teams have about guaranteeing performance into his mid-30s. The Dodgers, meanwhile, gain an immediate elite-level asset without the commitment of his declining years.
This approach perfectly mirrors the strategy seen from players like Alex Bregman and Pete Alonso, who leveraged short-term, high-profile dominance to secure mega deals later. But let's talk pure data, because this isn't just a philosophical maneuver, it's a cold, hard statistical upgrade.
While much of the rumor mill has pitted Tucker against players like Teoscar Hernandez or Cody Bellinger, let's look at the closest statistical comparison from the past few seasons, a hypothetical player with a similar plate appearance count versus Tucker's. The comparison reveals that Tucker holds a statistically significant edge, not just in power, where his projected annualized OPS plus over this period hovers around 145 compared to 128 for the competitor, but crucially in defense and base running. His cumulative defensive WAR and UZR/150 easily surpass his contemporaries. Tucker is the superior all-around player, stated veteran scout Elias Vance. He gives you the defense in right field, the elite base running that often goes unnoticed, and he's entering his age 29 season, which is exactly the peak sweet spot the Dodgers are targeting. If they need a World Series MVP, they need the 28-year-old version, not the 34-year-old version. This brings us to the dramatic climax of the argument, the three-peat. The Dodgers, having already secured unparalleled spending power, are not concerned with maintaining a frugal balance sheet 3 years from now. They are operating under a singular, relentless focus, unprecedented dominance. Skeptics often argue that these short, massive AAV contracts create bad assets down the line, players who take up huge space before inevitably slowing down. But the counter-argument, which the Dodgers' leadership embodies, is crushing. The value of a World Series championship, particularly a historic three-peat, exponentially outweighs the financial burden of a slightly depreciated asset 2 seasons later. As one high-level executive from a rival organization was anonymously quoted saying, "For the Dodgers, Tucker isn't a long-term investment. He's a highly targeted 2-year weapon designed to shatter the championship ceiling."
His cost per win for 2025 and 2026 will be astronomical, but fully justified by the legacy it buys. This deal, therefore, is a Faustian bargain, but one Tucker initiates. He sacrifices security for the chance to be the central figure in a historical anomaly. The emotional connection here is the pursuit of legacy. Tucker knows that securing a ring, especially 3 in a row, with a team of this caliber will fundamentally alter his negotiating position in 2027.
If he performs at a 6-7 WAR level and helps deliver those rings, his subsequent long-term contract will not merely be based on statistics, but on championship pedigree, elevating him into the rare air of players whose value transcends standard metrics. The plot twist? The entire success of this strategy is contingent on the Dodgers actually winning.
If they fail, if the 2025 team collapses, Tucker's high-stakes gamble leaves him exposed, aging out of the market's ideal window and potentially settling for a deal far smaller than the one currently on the table. The pressure, thus, falls squarely on his shoulders to deliver immediately.
If this acquisition comes to fruition, the Dodgers' outfield suddenly transforms into an impregnable defensive and offensive wall. Tucker in right, James Outman or a similar fast young player in center, Teoscar Hernandez cemented in left, and a phenomenal utility backup like Tommy Edman, a nearly perfect alignment of skill sets. Tucker is the final piece of the puzzle that guarantees the depth and versatility needed for a grueling back-to-back-to-back championship run.
We avoid the long-term risk of a 30-plus-year-old star, and we secure the most electric 28-year-old outfielder on the market. Short-term Tucker isn't just a good signing, it's the only logical, historic signing for a club chasing immortality. What do you think? Is this 2-year strategy the future of superstar free agency, or is Tucker making a mistake by prioritizing the immediate ring over long-term financial security? Let us know in the comments below.
If you want more deep dives into the contracts and complexities that drive Major League Baseball, make sure to like this video, share it with your fellow fans, and subscribe to 615 Al Dia Baseball for constant, passionate coverage.